Hello everybody, my name is Io and welcome to Rome Total War. This is my Julii campaign. I believe this is episode 7, and at this moment in time we are basically just heading towards the last piece of Gaul we need to take. The settlement is their last capital and their last settlement in France, or modern day France itself. Besides that, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm actually building up an army down by Iberia, by Massilia and shit like that, because, well, the next target is Iberia, just due to the fact that Gaul is, the last piece of Gaul is actually in Iberia. That I don't know why. I mean, historically, I guess it makes sense due to its Celtic nature, but I mean, I never really got it. Besides that, it's just me trying to micromanage and get things prepared for the last push, because I feel like the Iberians we're gonna have to go through the Iberians before we actually, get to the you-know-what and you-know-when, the Gauls. I feel like we can't just go around them. It never succeeds. Besides that, I'm still encountering this bug where I'm in this territory that I'm clearly not in, as you guys can tell there. I don't know if I don't even have a spy or a diplomat up there, so I really don't understand why it's doing that. Maybe it's the territories conflicting or some shit. But even then, Germany's not even an ally of mine. It's just they're just getting their ass kicked by the Brits, so I really don't understand. Maybe the Senate's trying to push for an alliance, so they're pressuring me. I don't fucking know. Ugh. Besides that, it's been hot as fucking balls lately. God, I hate summer. Actually, no, that's a lie. I love summer because I hate snow, but I just hate the heat. Besides that, I had a bit of a rain shower today, so that was a bit nice. Thought about going up there for a little bit. Yeah, anyways, besides that, what else to talk about? I guess I don't really have a script when I'm talking about this. Besides that, I actually get a ceasefire with the Carthaginians for the last time, because I'm not really planning to attack the Carthaginians throughout this Let's Play, just due to the fact that maybe one day, but they're just getting their ass kicked by the fucking Scipii, and even the Scipii have taken Carthage, and the Bruttii are also doing pretty good too. They're I think halfway through Greece, and that's kind of scary if I think about it, because you don't want the AI to do good, like your ally AI, because you're gonna have to fight them eventually for Rome anyways. So to do that is basically just in a way surrender to the you-know-what. Yeah. But besides that, I'm rebuilding my navy, because last time it got pretty fucked up by some rebel ships. I also recruited a bunch of spies so we could spy on the Thracians, because I've had activity there for quite a while. I just don't mention it or show it on footage. Yeah. Also, we took the last Gallic settlement. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I can't really see it on my screen. Alicia, I don't fucking know A's, alright? Whatever. I decided to exterminate it because it's too much of a bother to enslave or do whatever for it, so I just exterminate the population. It has just enough to retrain troops, and it's actually a really high level settlement, so I'm actually able to train things like Hastati there, and all that I'm not really used to this far up north, because the farther north you go in this game, the less technologically advanced the AI is. It's more or less down south, like in Egypt and Scythia and all those places. More advanced within the technology realm. Besides that, I don't really trust the Brits too much. They are going after the Germanic people, so I end up just placing a watchtower and keeping a small army there, just due to the fact that they could attack anytime they want to, and I'm pretty much helpless. And especially since I actually have to, go down to Iberia, a separate part, and I'm not going to get reinforcements there in time, so might as well prepare for the worst, am I right? Prepare for the worst, expect the best. I think that's how the saying goes. Besides that, I think a few other people are going at war with the East. I haven't really been paying too much attention, but like before, what I was talking about is Thrace is actually becoming a superpower down there, and they're going to collide with the Bruttii, and we kind of know who's going to win in that one. I just don't want the Thracians to take it out on me. Also, surprising news, the Spanish have actually decided to make their first move. Yes, they blocked the port of Massilia, and then I fucking noticed this. Palma is surrounded by a huge ass navy. They must have been building this for so damn long, and they just drop a mini force down there to siege Palma or whatever. Yeah, this was really unexpected. I didn't think they would actually go for Palma so soon. Maybe they thought it was from the Carthaginians, but I don't know. See, the Spanish, I don't know, I let them build up a bit, and that's the great thing about this game is, yeah, I was going for Gaul the majority of the time, and they were pumping out armies, but they weren't really doing too much of a good job. Like, you could tell that they were struggling a little bit, if that makes sense. They were like, they were struggling to keep up productively and get troops out and stuff. You know, we were able to hit them fast and get them basically killed. But the Spanish, they took their time and, you know, built up and shit. Also, the Germans won an alliance. I denied them, and what else happened? Oh yeah, Spain decided to besiege Palma. You know, who thought that? We also lost some of our navy due to a fucking Spanish ship attack. And we're closer to Osca, and that's going to be our next target. That's where one of my Roman armies were going anyways. So we at least have an excuse to smash the Spanish. Yeah, so we go in, do that. Also, a Gallic force has actually besieged one of my settlements down south there, and I have an army coming through. I'm not really worried about that. It's also a really small and pathetic army, so they have absolutely no chance. I also land that force down there so they could help with the siege. I also blockade their port, and, you know, pretty good shit's happening, you know. Though that surprise attack was really good, I don't think the Spanish will, you know, survive much longer. I think they thought this was really their only choice and option to do against me. Thus is why they attacked me. I don't know. Besides this huge fucking counterattack. You know, the Spanish have won the forces inside, and also reinforcements happening. About I think it's about 11,000, no, 11,000? No, like 1,100 army. No, that's not 11,000. What's wrong with me? That would be fucking huge. But yeah, 1,100 men join their side, and we have this huge army here. Good thing I built up a pretty strong force to take Iberia. And I go with my classic strategy. I send my infantry to take the brunt of the attack and send my cavalry around. It works out pretty good. They decide to clash. It doesn't work. They rout. My horses actually scare off their cavalry right away without even engaging. Their general decides they want to try to retreat that way, but my cavalry's that way. Instead, they decide to charge into my infantry. That doesn't work. They rout, and it just becomes a mass rout on that first army there. Looking really good to start us off, and really great battle. They try to recover by sending their cavalry back up, but they just have too little numbers. I think my Hastati did some really great job against it, using their Pila. I didn't show the footage because, yeah. Besides that, we're also building up against the second army there. They have come in full force. This is the scariest army. I'm sending my infantry there and my cavalry. I have my general and a second unit, but it's not deteriorating that cavalry. Also, one of the Spanish cavalry have actually flanked me on this side and caused a mass rout among my ranks. This is horrible. Cavalry and infantry do not mix. And I'm sending reinforcements to try to deal with that cavalry, but it's such a huge cavalry. I don't know if it's light or heavy cav at all. I'm thinking it's heavy because it's able to really smash through those units and cause a mass rout there. Also, things are really not looking up on this side of the battlefield. I'm actually struggling to take down that one unit. Besides that, I'm trying to make the show go on here. I'm sending my infantry to try to flank the rest of their units, but it really isn't working. I've already broken in the middle there. I finally chase off their general, and I actually get a kill on him, thank goodness, because if I didn't get him, I wouldn't have a chance, because look how many people rout. I just have to pause right here, and I think I'm doomed at this point. Like, more than half my forces have at least routed at this point. My only hope is cavalry, and that's why I still have sort of a battle advantage, but even then, they're starting to rout. I didn't expect their cavalry to do so much damage to me. Besides that, I'm also engaged in a few routs. I'm going after some of their weaker morale-ish units, such as their archers or their pilas or whatever. Some of my troops are recovering though, so I end up getting back into the battlefield and doing that. But on the contrary, they still have the manpower and they still have people cheering for them. Or I guess they still have the morale to keep going even though their general has died. And yeah, it's basically luck of the draw. If I do one wrong move, my general dies, I'm screwed. This whole battle, it would be for nothing, and I'm gonna have to wait for reinforcements to come later. But I actually catch a few units lacking, such as the archers, and I decide to charge in. This doesn't really work that good for me, because I think the archers or whatever are gonna break soon. But no, I have three of my units just absolutely right there and then, and that annoys me so goddamn much. Because then it's like, oh man, you could tell my units have really weak morale if they just crash in and rout instantly. So I decided to go up against them again, and especially the infantry there, because I think one good charge can break that unit, cause a mass rout there. So I try with about, I think, 3 different cavalry charges, but I finally end up causing a mass rout on that side of the flank. Thank God, because if I couldn't, that would have been bad. Besides that, the battle's actually wrapping up. It finally turned in my favor. My infantry are just going after the remainers there. I actually got the majority of my infantry back in that fight, and now my cavalry, I have a cavalry advantage, so I'm just chasing up any units that aren't, well, there, I guess you could say. Besides that, this has been a really wicked fight, like crazy. And I still have a risk of losing if I lose my general in this fight, but let me just spoil this. I don't lose this fight, obviously. I have way more infantry. I knocked down enough of their units. Their units have routed. They have an archer and an infantry unit left. Their general's dead. I think I got this at this point in time, unless something like my phone dies or some shit. I'm not too sure. But I just have to pause here and show you the casualties. Like, look at how many casualties I and the enemy have afflicted. Crazy battle. Biggest battle of the season so far. Unbelievable. That was a really fun fight, and the whole time I was yelling at my screen. I think I texted one of my friends about this. I was yelling at my screen, fucking being like, what the fuck? Why have you guys all routed? You know, because during that point where I have like 3 on 2, and my units are just rounding up the fucking ass, it was so annoying. But besides that, Oscar's a really great settlement, so I'm able to train the majority of my troops here. I end up getting, you know, pat myself on the back, but I'm still kind of pissed I lost so many units, so I go after this Gallic army anyways, even though they kind of just decide to leave me alone. But I have to get rid of them. They're still a risk, you know, I can't just let them go. So I decided to just go with a cavalry charge. This does risk the majority of my units, but whatever. Like I said, mass rout. I just decide to send my cavalry in. They all fucking rout. They're all dead. Perfect. Just, I don't know. Just turned out really nicely. Except their general still lives, so that's kind of annoying, but fuck it, who cares? He's not going to do much, and besides that, I don't think he's going to cause much trouble by himself. Besides that, we are at war with the Spanish now, and now we are on an Iberian-like front. This is quite intense, but we're at the beginning of the end. We just need to get through Iberia just for a little bit, so we could get that Gallic settlement and, well, win the campaign finally. Besides that, guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that shit YouTubers tell you to do. And I'll catch y'all later.